Focus, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you're here. I can control my focus. The second thing that I can control is the content that I consume on a day-to-day basis. The stuff that I feed myself with on a day-to-day basis. The truth is, most humans wake up, they immediately look at their phone, they see a text message, a phone call, an email that pisses them off, and they expect to have a great day. Who relates? You're putting out fires the moment your eyes wake up. No wonder why you have a shitty day. Most humans wake up, they see politics, news, killing, and expect to be all sunshine and rainbows. So has anyone ever heard your brain is a garden? Has anyone ever heard that? Well, today's the first day for a lot of you. Now play a little game with me. If my brain is a garden and I get what I plant, if I plant corn, what am I going to get? Quick. Corn. If I plant apples, what am I going to get? Apple. If I plant shit, what am I going to get? Shit. Now the innovative ones go fertilizer. They find the gift in it, you know, they gotta find the gift in the shit. But you can be very conscious of the content that you consume on a day-to-day basis. You have to stand guard of your brain because there's negativity everywhere. True or false? True. And would you agree there's fear everywhere? True. The news, politics, it's all fear-driven because they don't want you to take action. It's all to instill fear in you. The third and one of the most powerful things that you can control is the people that you surround yourself with on a day-to-day basis. True or false? True. The people you hang around with, you become. If you hang around people who have toxic relationships, you start to have toxic relationships. Does anyone know that person who's always talking shit about their wife? Their husband? The ball and chain? And then you start to pick up on their language and their patterns, you start to become like them. And I know it's not you because you're perfect and there's no work that needs to be done. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to someone else, right? Does anyone know that person that's just always focused on the bullshit? Always focused on the problem, never bringing forth solutions? Yes. They said yes over there, there's a group over there. Y'all hang out together? Alright? If you hang around people who have unhealthy habits, you start to have unhealthy habits. You hang around broke people, you become broke. And if you hang around people who have low standards, it's only a matter of time before you start lowering your own damn standards. Who's up for raising their standards here at this event? Make some noise for that one. Thank you. Third focus pattern. Third focus pattern. In my life, the majority of the time, do I find myself focusing on the past, the present, or the future? Now there's no right or wrong answer, there's a combination of all three, but there might be somewhere that's dominant, where you spend a lot of focus on. In my life, do I find myself focusing on the past, the present, or the future? Future? Oh, thanks for jumping ahead. How many of you tend to find yourself focusing a lot on the past, if you're honest? Now watch this. How many of you love focusing on the future? Put them up high. Let them all see you. That's because you're an action taker, you're an achiever, you always focus on the next deal, the next close, the next thing that I'm going to build. And I love that about you. But would you agree there's got to be a combination of both, because if you're always focused on the future, you may miss what's right in front of you. How many of you try to focus on the present moment? That's hard shit, right? That's a muscle. Right? And all these things, talking about a muscle, I want you to know this, that there's three parts of the brain. And you can apply these three parts of the brain to any skill that you want to acquire, whether it's sales, communication, leadership, pitching, anything. And the three parts of the brain are thinking, doing, and being. Thinking, doing, and what? Being. How many of you remember the first time you learned how to drive a car? They should all be up. You should have saw the guy when I got in the car. He was like, what the fuck? You ready? I passed. I got the car. But you remember the first time you got in the car? You're sitting down, you're looking at the mirrors, trying to figure out this whole gear thing. You put your seatbelt on, right? You're like trying to figure it out, and then you're on your way. And then you drove 5 times, you drove 10 times. You're 10 times jumping in the car, you got in, you were ready to go, you turned the stereo on, and you're on your way. Now at this point in your life, because most of you are over 35, At this point in your life, you've driven hundreds and thousands of times. Has anyone in this room driven from point A to point B and had no idea where time went? Put a hand up. Look at the room, right? That's because you went from thinking driving to doing driving to what?
Being driving.
What? Being driving. Because you did it with enough reps until it became you, that unconscious competence. The reason why you suck at sales is because you don't have enough reps. The reason why the leadership is poor is because you haven't been leading for a long time. You have to suck long enough to be good long enough. True or false?
True.
So anything that you're feeling uneasy about, a skill, anything that they're teaching, you got to do it long enough until you go from thinking it to doing it to what? Being it. So I'd be curious, and you just write it for yourself. What's a skill right now that I need to get more reps on? And if you don't got a skill, that's your first limiting belief. What's a skill right now that I need to get more reps on and be more competent, get that unconscious competence so I can show up better? Now it's pretty interesting, for the people that always focus on the past, your brain loves to do this. For example, I was 14 years old and I was on a school bus, and there was a girl to the left of me and she was making fun of everyone. I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna have a field day with me. And I look to my left and she looks me in my eyes and she says, Nick, I don't even have to start with you. You're already too messed up anyway. Look at you. Now as a 14-year-old kid, what do you do? And because of specific experiences in your life, you develop beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of. And because that girl said that to me, I started to believe that shit. I started to believe that I never have a girlfriend, I never go to my junior prom, I never go to my senior prom, I never have a wife, I never have a family. And this is what we call the misdiagnosis. Because based off of one time of you trying to do something and you not getting the results, your brain goes, is this really for me? Can I really do this sales thing? Can I really do this business thing? And it wasn't until I was 19 years old where I asked myself a better question. And the better question was, Nick, instead of asking what's wrong with no legs, one arm, what's right with no legs, one arm? And my brain goes, well, Nick, if a girl doesn't want to love you because of the way you look, if someone doesn't want to do business with you because of the way you look, if someone doesn't want to be friends with you because of the way you look, maybe this disability, or whatever you want to call it, is actually a gift, and it's an authentic human filter, and it's filtering out the type of men and women that I don't want in my life anyway. Write this down. When I changed the story, I changed my life. When I changed the meaning, I changed my life. By the way, if you want to go on Instagram, I have a super sexy girlfriend. Right? She's hot, yeah. But it's because I was able to change the meaning behind something. How many of you have ever went into your businesses or tried to get a specific result and you didn't get the result that you wanted and your brain was like, is this for me? Show of hands if you're honest. Write this down. I must be persistent enough to get the new result. The result that I want, to feed into the belief about who I am and what I'm capable of. Most entrepreneurs or business owners aren't persistent enough to get what they want. The question is, will you be persistent enough? How many people in here are going to be persistent enough to get the result they want? Make some noise. Great. So what I want to take you through here, because I'm running out of time, they're going to kick me out, and I want to take you through a really powerful process, is I'm going to help you identify where you live in emotionally. Now, by the way, most of our beliefs were cultivated between 0 and 7 years old because our brain was in what we call theta state. What kind of state? Theta state. Theta state is the door to the subconscious mind. I'm going to do this very quickly. You were very suggestible as a young boy and a young girl. I'm going to prove it to you. If you've ever heard this as a little boy or little girl, I want you to raise your hand. We can't afford that. Oh, now you're active. Now you're participating. On the negative shit, of course. Rich people are evil. They probably screwed someone over for that Lambo. Money doesn't grow on trees. You know they print that shit, right? You knew that? It's printed way too much. Watch this. Big boys don't cry. Big girls don't cry. And at an early age, you felt vulnerability, authenticity was weak. You felt feeling your emotions was weak. You started to believe that money was hard to make. You believed that you couldn't afford it. What if I were to tell you the majority of thoughts that you think aren't yours, you picked them up from someone else? Ooh. Oh my goodness. They're not even yours. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to help you identify where you live emotionally so you can show up better for your family and your business. Is that okay? Make some noise if that's okay. DJ said that's okay. He's in. Great. So there's 2 different types of states. How many different types of states? 2. You have beautiful states and suffering states. We're going to do this very quickly so I can take you through my last process. Beautiful states are all the emotions that you want to feel more of. Shout out some emotions you want to feel more of. Quick. Happy. Peaceful. Joy. Love. Freedom! That's a good one. I like that one. My Mel Gibson. Right? Impactful. What else? Right. Passion. Satisfied. Good. What was it? Good. Great. Fulfilled. Thank you. Great. Awesome. Now, what are the emotions that you hate feeling?
Sadness.
Sad. Fear. Angry.
Frustration.
Anxiety, depressed, hopeless.
Disappointment.
You were quick to find that shit, weren't you? Right? So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask you a series of questions. We're going to throw in some music. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I want you to be honest with yourself. You don't need to tell me the answers. But just play with me here. What if this could be the greatest gift that you give yourself? I know some of you don't like the message. You don't like who I am. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to get you some change here today so you can strip power away from things that don't serve you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Like it. First question. In my life, how often do I feel the emotion of insecurity? Is it once a year? Is it once a month? Is it once a week? Is it once a day? Multiple times a day, I feel insecure. How often do I experience the emotion of anger? Is it once a year? Is it once a month? Is it once a week? Once a day? Multiple times a day? How often do I feel the emotion of sadness? Is it once a year? Once a month? Once a week? Once a day? All day? How often do I experience the emotion of anxiety or stress? Is it once a year? Is it once a month? Is it once a week? Once a day? Multiple times a day? All day? Now, questions dictate your focus. Most of you probably identified an emotion that's a suffering emotion that you feel a lot of. If you've identified yours, just put your hand up. I appreciate you playing full out. Second question. Who have I hurt because of my suffering emotion? Who have I hurt because of my anger? Who have I been hurting because of my insecurity? Who have I been hurting because of my fear, my doubt, my sadness? Are the kids getting fulfilled and happy, Dad, or pissed off and angry? Who's your team getting? Who's your wife getting? Your husband getting? Which version of you are you bringing home? Now at this point, we probably identified that we're not only hurting ourselves. Third question, why must I commit to ending this suffering state? Why must I commit to showing up in a beautiful state? Why must I commit to showing up with joy, gratitude, appreciation, confidence? What will it give me if I show up this way in my life, with my business, my friends, my significant other, my team? What will it give me if I decide I choose to live in a more beautiful state? And I'd be curious if you're open to it. How many of you, maybe the place where you live, the emotion where you live is anger? I appreciate it. Insecurity. Sadness. Fear.
They drew out a map and they showed you direction and sender. As far in the east where your heart is at peace when you enter.
And what I did was, I helped you get leverage. Someone say leverage. Leverage. Humans will change for two reasons, pain or pleasure, but oftentimes we'll run away from pain faster than we'll run towards pleasure. When I had you identify who you hurt, it was just so you can get some ammunition so you can change. You feel me on that? You feel me on that, right? So what I want to do, shake your bodies out, shake your bodies out, shake your bodies out. If you're open to it, as I end off it, I'd love to take you through a blessing. Is that okay? Can I bless y'all? Yes. Now what I want you to do real quickly is I want you to rate your anxiety and stress levels 1 through 10. 10, I want to pull my hair out. 1, I'm chilling. Rate your anxiety and stress levels. When you got them, give me a thumbs up. We switched. Books down. I want you to play with me here. I'm going to take you through a process that's called neuron mirroring, and some of the greatest athletes, achievers in the world use this process. It's a specific type of visualization. If you lead into this exercise, it can be one of the greatest gifts you give yourself today. Shake your bodies out. I want you to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. We're going to start off with 6 deep breaths. I'm going to talk you through them. The reason being, we're going to relax your mind and get you ready for the journey. We're going to do a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth like you're breathing out of a straw. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 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 Now make this last deep breath your deepest breath in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I want you to put your hands on your heart. I want you to breathe deep into your heart. As that heart was a gift, it was given to you. The moment that heart stops, so does life. What a gift. Feel gratitude for your heart. I want you to go to a moment in your life that you can feel extremely grateful for. It could be a big moment, a small moment. Maybe it was the birth of a child. But a moment for you that you can feel extremely grateful for. That's it. I want you to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt. Feeling so grateful for that moment. stack that moment. I want you to go to a moment in your life that you can feel extremely proud. A moment in your life where you felt so proud of yourself, so accomplished. Who was there? What did it look like? Feel it. See what you saw. Hear what you heard. And feel what you felt, feeling so proud of yourself. That's it. That's your moment. Feel that. You're doing great. Let's stack another moment. Go to a moment in your life that almost felt coincidental. Where you were at the right place at the right time. And was it coincidental? Or were you guided? Guided by God, your creator, whatever you believe in. That's it. Feel it. That's your moment. That's it. And I want you to travel back in time to your younger self. There was an age that popped in your head immediately. It was 5, 4, 7, 9. I want you to travel back to your younger self. Flow back to the past, face to face with your younger you. I want you to see that little boy. See that little girl. I want you to feed that little boy or little girl with all that you've accomplished. Show them what you've created in your life. Look what I've done. Feed them with all your accomplishments. Show them. Feed that little boy or little girl. That's it. That's it. They've been waiting for you. Ask them for wisdom. Is there any knowledge, any wisdom that they can give you that would benefit you in your life? Pull some resources from them. What would they tell you right now? That little boy, little girl just wanted to be seen, heard, loved. What would they tell you? That's it. That's it. Good. Say your goodbyes, your see you laters, your farewells. Give them a big hug, big kiss. They've missed you. Now, in your own time, come back to baby Yoda. I want you to notice where your anxiety stress is. Rate yourself right now, your anxiety and stress. Did it go lower? What's that number? Never seen so many men and women cry that were really tough before. What a great gift you gave yourself. How many of you feel less anxiety, less stress? How many of you feel really good? Just make some noise if you feel really good here. I'll end off here. The reason being is the emotion of gratitude outweighs all the negative emotions. It is emotionally impossible for you to feel grateful and sad, grateful and insecure, grateful and angry. Those emotions outweigh all of it. If you didn't feel anything, that means you need to exercise the muscle more. That's okay. But you can, those emotions are readily available for you anytime, any place. How many of you got a great gift from that? Just a show of hands. Make some noise for that. So, listen, I'm over time here. I appreciate you playing full out. I would love to is it okay if I give you a gift? I'd love to give you the exercise. You can have it anytime, any place. Is that okay? So the only time, pull out your phones. I don't got anything to sell you. I just want to give you this gift because it's been a great gift in my life. We're going to throw up